Well, live look outside right now, you can see the raindrops on our tower cam, and they're not frozen. Good news there. I tell you, this could have been a really bad deal. I mean, the icy roads this morning, that was pretty intense for you if you had to get out early this morning. But this was a road impacts ice event. This was not a tree or power outage type ice event. And thankfully, temperatures are now safely above freezing with another wave of rain moving through this evening, and some of it's been heavy. And winds which have picked up right now out of the southeast at 18 miles per hour. You know, that's a factor during ice storms. You get a lot of weight on the tree limbs, you get some wind going, and you're going to be knocking limbs off those trees. That is not what we have to deal with tonight, though. It looks like what we have to deal with tonight is just a cold, wet night. Rainfall totals so far for the day, pretty impressive here in the heart of winter, closing in on 3/4 of an inch in Springfield, closing in on an inch in West Plains and Harrison. And taking a look at the total so far for January, you can see in Springfield 0.64 inches today. That is the wettest daily total that we've had since the end of October. And we've got more wet weather coming as we're going to find a series of storms impacting the region right into this upcoming weekend. This is one right here. You can see the back edge of it located now in northeast Oklahoma and west central Arkansas. This will lift north across the area. So we're going to see the rain shutting down over the next several hours from south to north. And tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to cloudy skies. It's going to be damp from the overnight rainfall. There could be some fog, especially here south of I-44 with maybe some patchy mist. But it looks like we're not going to have to deal with freezing rain, and it looks like the steady rains will have been long gone by that point. Now, looking at the day on Tuesday, we're going to hold on to cloudy skies. It's going to be a cool day. But we can get through this, right? I mean, after the week and a half of weather that we've had with the cold that we've endured, by late afternoon, the next wave of wet weather starts to work in south, and that will make for a wet evening across the area once again. And like tonight's storm, it looks like the rain will shut down after midnight from south to north, and then we wake up Wednesday to cloudy skies. I do think that fog will be more widespread Wednesday morning, and there could be some patchy areas of mist to go with that fog. And then throughout the day on Wednesday, we'll tend to find generally just cloudy skies across the area. Now, as far as additional rainfall from now through Wednesday, it looks like our heaviest amounts will be to the east, where places like Alton could pick up an additional inch of rainfall. Here in Springfield, I think we could pick up an additional ½ an inch of rain with lighter amounts over toward the Joplin area. Temperatures tonight holding steady. Again, they've been slowly climbing this evening, but they may try to drop a degree or two. So generally holding steady throughout the overnight hours. Highs tomorrow in the low to mid 40s. 45 in Springfield, back down to 41 tomorrow night, and then looking at a high on Wednesday in the upper 40s and low 50s across the area. Not too bad after the cold of the last week and a half. Our pattern this weekend to this upcoming weekend looks like this across the nation. If you're worried about another big Arctic blast, you don't have to worry about it this week into this upcoming weekend. The flow across the nation is split. We've got a northern branch and a southern branch. And the northern branch of this jet stream is locking the Arctic air out of the lower 48. Meanwhile, the southern branch of the jet stream will continue to deliver storm after storm across the middle and eastern portion of the nation. And that's going to keep our days cloudy. I think that while we'll have another wave of showers Wednesday night, Thursday and Friday tend to look mostly dry, but I think both of these days could start with widespread fog that could be dense. 47 for a high on Thursday, 50 on Friday. Another storm coming through Friday night into Saturday with rain, highs in the low 40s on Saturday. And then Sunday slow to clear in the wake of that storm with highs in the low 40s. But you can see that golden sunshine on Monday of next week. And boy, will we have earned it.
We got to wait a week to see the sun.
I tell you, I mean, this time of the year, sometimes you get into these stretches where, I mean, you can go a week without seeing hardly any sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like we're at the beginning stages of that.
Yeah.
Be a nice light at the end of the tunnel.
All right. This morning's winter weather had road crews and emergency responders literally